possession edge.
And see this right here? That's a bad sign for the Philadelphia Eagles. You're not throwing the ball at all, have no completions, and no yards. That's bad news for the Eagles.
Not good news for Sharp, however. Louis Sharp will be carted off. He was approaching his 200th start, and that is in jeopardy now. And here's how that injury occurred.
And William Fuller just came from the backside, and you can see Sharp right up here. And then Fuller comes from the backside, and then his leg is planted and hits him on the outside. And I've been there before. Usually when that happens, that's the inside of your knee and that medial collateral. And he goes and holds right for it.
Rick Cunningham, who had lost his starting tackle job, has come into the game. Joe Wolf will be moved to left tackle, and Cunningham will be the right tackle as Sharp gets an ovation as he leaves the game.
Yeah, and you know, you hate to see him have to get a hand for getting carted off the field because he's played so well and so long at such a high level. And you can see he has it all casted up right there. But
he's been a true warrior for this franchise even before they came to Phoenix.
Right.
Back in St. Louis, he was one of the top players on that club.
And he was always the one guy that just came up and you go, we know we're going to have a tough time on that side.
So Sharp is out of there. And the Cardinals have a second down and 10 on their 43, leading 3-0. Short drop. Can't find a receiver and takes off for the second time and slides shy of the 50-yard line and a gain of 4.
So you have a guy standing on the sidelines and Cunningham, and you come in and you got to go against one of the better defensive ends in the league, and William Fuller. So I mean, it's tough to do, but he does a very good job of forcing him back upfield. And the best asset that Cunningham has, you can see him just waving them on, telling them to go ahead, are those big long arms. This guy's he can tie his shoes standing up.
So Cunningham, who lost the starting spot, in there at right tackle now. Third down and 6. 6 defensive backs for Philadelphia. And on the fade pattern, going for Randall Hill. Randall Hill comes up lame.
He just pulled a hammy.
He was defended by McMillan, and Randall Hill comes up lame down the right sideline.
Well, he had the matchup they wanted. They wanted to go after McMillan on the corner. They're manned all the way, nobody on top. So he goes with the speed move, and then right here, right there, he just popped it. That's either a quad or a hamstring.
So Hill goes out of the game. The big play home run receiver that they call him leaves the game. We'll see if he'll get back. Meanwhile, it is fourth down, and Jeff Peagles in to punch for the Cardinals. Jeff Seidner back deep for Philadelphia on the run. On the return, and Seidner is hit almost immediately that time by Odie Harris. So the Cardinals still maintain the lead early here in the second quarter.
Randall Hill, one of those speed guys and track guys, and the one thing they always know is they know their bodies inside and out. I mean, they know absolutely everything. And then you know when you pull something, you're going to be frustrated, and that's what Thrill Hill is letting out right there.
Eagles will start from their 31-yard line. They have gained 8 yards rushing and no yards passing thus far. First down, and Cunningham's pass hit immediately, and holding on is Barnett for his first catch of the game. But a pickup of 5 yards, and A.S. Williams defending on the play. First 3 possessions for the Eagles in this game, and remember, they recovered a Phoenix or an Arizona fumble at the 46 and had to kick it away. So they did not take advantage of the one turnover thus far. Second down and 5. Cunningham's pass to Barnett, and it's complete and out of bounds, and that is the first down of the game for the Eagles. And right now, for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio. JB?
All right, Dick, is this shades of last year when Miami lost 5 straight to end the season? Today, they lose their second straight as Gary Anderson boots home a 39-yarder in OT. Pittsburgh improves to 8-3. Back to Dick and Matt.
Matt, last week the Bears hypnotized the Dolphins, and now they've lost 2 in a row.
I don't understand what's happened to that offense. They got to open it up and let Marino throw all the time.
First down on the 47, Charlie Garner. Can't find the hole. It closes up in a hurry and a gain of 1. It was the middle of the line with Hill and Wilbur Marshall, 2 of the backers, in on the play.
That Wilbur Marshall, I tell you, all the tapes that I watched, this guy, Wilbur Marshall, has played the best on that front 7 of the Cardinals. I mean, he comes every week. He attacks everything. You always know what you're getting with Wilbur. I don't think he has the same speed that he had a couple years ago, but he still has that same aggressiveness.
Lately, Buddy Ryan's been taking him out in the nickel. Second down and 9. Here comes the blitz on Cunningham. He gets hit. Flag is down, and Calvin Williams, with his first catch of the game, close to first down yardage, with Alexander making the stop. But a penalty marker is down.
Yeah, I think I talked to Wilbur Marshall on that aggressiveness, and I think that aggressiveness got him into trouble. He's a great anticipator, and so much of his game is just following the flow of the offense and trying to get the cadence down. And when he jumps, it's usually early.
Upside, defense, 5 yards, repeat second down.
You could see the Cardinals were sending a bunch of people, including Wilbur Marshall. 2 Super Bowl championship rings, 1 with the Bears and 1 with the Redskins. In a sensational 11-year career, played under Buddy Ryan in Chicago. The pitch is to Charlie Garner, and the rookie from Tennessee goes nowhere, although he's short of a first down by just a couple. Clyde Simmons in on that play for the Cardinals. Let's listen to Eric Hill as he shouts the signals defensively.
I hear Eric Hill there. You know what the Eagles are doing? They know that the Cardinals make their adjustments according to backfield sets. So they'll wait to the end and then shift their set to try to get some confusion on the Cardinal defense.
2 tight ends for the Eagles on 3rd down and 2. Cunningham's pass is caught. First down, Calvin Williams. Brent Alexander saying the pass was not caught, but it is indeed a first down to the 40 of Arizona.
Well, that was just the strength of arm from Cunningham. Because watch this ball. I mean, his coverage is nice and tight. See Aeneas Williams on the inside. And then Alexander drives that ball. I mean, if that ball is just off a little bit, that's an interception.
Bad news for Louis Sharp, who suffered torn knee ligaments earlier here in the quarter. First down on the 40-yard line. Flag down. Cunningham's pass. And it might have been a push. Aeneas Williams was downfield defending Fred Barnett.
Well, you remember we just talked about just last series about how the Eagles got to go back to that rhythm passing, quick stuff. It's exactly what they're doing right now. This is when Cunningham is at his best. Take the ball, come out, boom, use that arm strength, get it out there quick.
Formation on the offense, 5 yards, still first down.
5-yard penalty. Zeke Bratkowski, along with Rich Kotite. Kotite was the offensive coordinator under Buddy Ryan for 5 years. Eagles have been guilty of 4 penalties and the Cardinals 2. First and 15 now, back to the 45 of the Cardinals. With a pass, Calvin Williams. Incomplete. Defended by Brent Alexander.
Well, and he felt some pressure coming off the backside with Wilbur Marshall. And I talked about his anticipating. See how he jumps and he beats Mo Johnson right off the start. And then Cunningham can feel him on the backside. And that forces Cunningham to throw the ball a little bit high.
Buddy Ryan's feeling that the Cardinals would have made a much closer game had it not been for the big play touchdown passes from Cunningham to Barnett, 2 of them in their previous meeting. 2nd and 15.
Oh, shit.
Cunningham with a deep drop, and Lorenzo Lynch and now Eric Swan putting pressure on and has to get rid of it. Incomplete, going for Williams on the sideline with Alexander covered.
And there was nowhere to throw that football. And when he finally did look, everybody was covered, so then he had to jump back outside. You see right here, a good job. They tried to use the umpire to run by, but a good job of recovering here and then downfield. Nowhere to go with that ball, so he just takes off and runs.
There's Swan, who has bad feelings against the Philadelphia Eagles offensive lineman, particularly David Alexander. Cunningham 3 for 10. On third down. Pressure, and it's Swan, and we're going to have a sack. And the first of the game, Eric Swan.
Well, he says the Swan is a game bird. I told him it was just a soft thing, and he said no. And he's not soft right here. But you know what he did right there that he didn't do the last time? He figured out to go ahead and attack Holmes to his cast side. Holmes has not been able to get that hand up. And so this time, he just jumps right outside, working to the cast, and blows right through it.
He said his problem has been that he's been getting a lot of hurries, but has not been getting the sacks. Well, he got one now with 4.5 on the season. And now on fourth down after the 14-yard loss. Brian Barker will kick, and Patrick Robinson is back deep. Here's Robinson on the 18-yard line, and he doesn't get anywhere. Again, great coverage, and this time it's Derek Oden. Oden had been out of action the last 5 games with a hamstring. He's a good special teams player. Aflac trivia question is, who was the last Eagle to return a kickoff for a touchdown? We'll have the answer for you shortly.
Yeah, and the hint, I'll give you a hint. It wasn't Vi Sikahema. That's who I thought it was.
No, it wasn't. Here's Randall Hill, and you can see that the hamstring pull on that last possession taped up with all the ice.
They got the ice on the top of the quad. That usually means use a quad.
Mark Higgs is into the game. He was signed this week after being waived by the Miami Dolphins. He is the 5th leading rusher in Dolphin history and played for Buddy Ryan back in '89 in Philadelphia. First and 10 on the 21. And they give the ball to Higgs. Buddy Ryan said he can make holes where there are no holes to be seen. And he gets a good game with Zordich and Jackson, a pickup of 9.
Well, what stopped the Eagles last time was that big sack, and you're going to see the reason why. Right here, they're going to take Swan and jump this gap. And then they're going to bring McCants around. And when they bring McCants around, Holmes, 73, can't adjust. See, he tries to come back, and then he lets Swan go. And then Swan, of course, gets the sack.
Second down and 1. And again, Mark Higgs changes direction. He's going to spell Ronald Moore, maybe more than that, as he picks up a first down and a gain of 6.
Well, that right there, that running's all about vision. And they start running to the left side, and then when he sees an opening back inside, he comes right back in. You know, I saw Higgs down on the field right before the game. He said, hey, I see you again this week. You know, last week we were in Miami for that Chicago game. I asked him how he was doing. He said, hey, I'm rested. This is the best I have felt in the season for a long time. I want to thank Don Shula for making me feel this healthy.
He's doing a good job of it. Big edge in total yards for Cardinals. First down now on the 36. And the pitch to Higgs. Higgs finds an opening, and Higgs gets to midfield, and another Phoenix or Arizona first down. A pickup of 15. Michael Zordich making the tackle.
And Larry Centers, the little fullback, the smallest fullback in the league, he starts his whole thing because he has a nice block on the outside. Right there. See him hook? He hooked Flores, and then Higgs, again, with the vision. Let everything develop in front of you and then come right back inside.
You have to be impressed with the way Mark Higgs has exploded on the scene here with the Cardinals. First down on the 49-yard line. Larry Centers. And Schrader swings it out to Centers, who slips. and gets a first down. The Eagles slow getting over to centers, and he ended up getting the first down. Finally, Romanowski making the tackle after a pickup of 12.